Today we are going to be looking at the preparation for sale of a home at 829 Lees in the College Park area of Long Beach. The home has 4 bedrooms, 2 baths with 1,674 square feet of living space and is located on a 6,270 square foot lot with a pool. The home will be coming on the market at around $570,000.
Good afternoon, this is John Dumke. Today we're going to be looking at improving a home or fixing up a home and preparing it for sale. The home is located at 829 Lees and it's in the College Park tract of Long Beach, 90815. We are already getting started on the progress here. As you can see, we've already had the interior painted and the floors have been refinished to some extent, and we've gotten rid of a lot of the junk. First of all, if we have a home that looks like it's been a party house, or it looks like it's been neglected, we've eliminated probably at least 80 to maybe even 90% of the buyers. I know that a lot of buyers do show up at the doorstep or show up at my office saying, we're willing to look at fixer-uppers, and when I show them a perfect fixer-upper, they get overwhelmed. Buyers buying a property, they may be spending every single dollar that they have, and for them to just close escrow will will drain all of their finances, and they may not have another $5,000 or $10,000 in their pocket book for another 6 months or a year. Maybe they don't have the expertise to fix it up. Maybe they can't do it themselves. Maybe they're both working. Typically, your typical buyer right now is is purchasing. Both husband and wife do work, so there's not a lot of extra time to be in there rehabbing the property. And the third item might be is that they just simply don't have the vision. It takes maybe some experience and some practice and some faith, if you will, to sort of see a home and go, well, what could this be like fixed up? Typically, it's a rare individual that has that skill or ability. It's somebody that usually comes to me with some sort of design background or some sort of construction background. That buyers will always overestimate the cost of fixing a home up. If a buyer were to have seen this home put on the market prior to it being painted and prior to what you will see in our next video with it all being done, they would look at this home and go, oh my gosh, this place is going to need $75,000 worth of work. My guesstimate is that we're going to get in here and we're going to spend probably about $12,000 and give it a light-duty facelift. And that $12,000, while it's not going to make it look like $75,000 was invested, maybe it will make it look like $50,000 was invested. And so we'll eliminate a $50,000 objection with about $12,000 invested. The goal is that when we put money into the property, we want to see that we'll at least get $2 back for every dollar invested. On a home like this is actually an ideal fixer-upper, and what I mean by that is this home was really rough, and we can make a big improvement by just clearing out the party house feel and giving it a neutral feel, and that's not going to take a lot of money. And so we're going to make a big improvement because we're at the lower end of the scale to start with. What kind of return are we going to get for that money spent? Now I've come up with a simple 1 to 10 scale that allows us to sort of back out market values and look at how market values will be affected by a perceived improvement, or not a perceived improvement, but by an improvement on the property. And how I do that is I look at a particular home, I look at the comparable sales, and I say, what would this home sell for in its current condition before you actually saw it, maybe about 10 days ago, as a complete dog fixer? What would that value be? And then what would the value be if we put everything in new? New paint, new carpet, new flooring, new kitchens, new bathrooms, and it was completely a gem. What would that range from that home that's a 1 out of 10 to that home that's a perfect 10, a 10 out of 10? What would that range be? And on a property like this, it's about $100,000. I just know that because of the comps and also just 20 years of experience local here in the Long Beach area. Now, if we have $100,000 of range for this particular property and being a dog condition versus a gem condition, then every point we can move up the scale will be worth $10,000 of value. So in other words, if we can take the home from a 1 or a 2 to a 6, we've moved up the scale 5 points, and that 5 points will be worth about $50,000. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk you through the home and show you some of the things that we're going to be doing to the property.
Here's a quick shot of the dining room. You can see the broken window up there in the upper right-hand corner. We're leading over to the kitchen, and in the kitchen we're going to be replacing the linoleum on the ground, all the light fixtures up on the ceiling. One thing I did not point out is in the ceiling there was the old cottage cheese style ceiling. We're removing all that old cottage cheese, which really dates the property, and buyers become very concerned that they're going to have to do that themselves. And so while it does cost around maybe $1,700 on this home to refinish the ceilings, we're going to scrape the ceilings. The countertops are in reasonable shape. We're going to be replacing the hardware on that, and this is kind of a sore spot here, the range, which is going to be replaced as well with a new stainless range, including a new stainless hood. So those are some of the changes in the kitchen, and we'll take you through the rest. Here's a shot of the kitchen counters, and you can see that it matches sort of the hue of the walls in the dining room. Actually, it sort of matches the overall design or actually color motif that we picked out throughout the whole house. It's a little rose colored, and the walls sort of match or echo that theme. Then what we have on the baseboards and the ceiling is we usually paint those a pretty much a bright white, like a Swiss coffee. And as you can see, the doors and the trim are that color. The hardwood floors were refinished, and you can see that those are going to be beautiful when they come up. But it's a sort of a red oak hardwood floors that will sort of, again, go in line with the paint color. Those are almost a little more yellow, though. So it'll be interesting when we pull up the covering, we'll see what it looks like. In the bathrooms, we're going to be replacing all of the hardware. You can see here that the countertops are actually is more of a gray motif, and so the color of the paint in this bathroom echoes that gray feeling. The linoleum is going to be replaced as well. This old linoleum had the old style coving that went up the walls. Looks very dated and dates the overall remodel. So our painter actually is going to be putting down new baseboards painted white, which look a lot better than what the linoleum installer puts in, which is just the vinyl baseboards, which is sort of very industrial and ugly looking. So we upgraded to a hardwood to a wood baseboard. You can see here in the master bedroom that we have not refinished the hardwood floors because we are planning on carpeting all of the bedrooms. What I've found over the years is that the people that like hardwood floors really like them, but the people that don't, their number one complaint with regards to hardwood floors is they don't like them in the bedroom because they're cold on their feet. So by carpeting the bedroom and doing the hardwood floors in the high traffic areas of the hallway and the dining and the living room space, we get the home to appeal to the broadest range of clients, and also they show that the home does have hardwood floors and that they are beautiful. So that does add value. Here you see the common bathroom, which again we're going to be replacing all of the light fixtures, vanities, wall outlets, switches, and all the bathroom hardware, in addition replacing the linoleum on the floor. What you can see here is the bathroom also looks pretty ugly. We're going to clean it up and see how it turns out. If it doesn't clean up well enough, then probably what we're going to do is we're going to refinish or reglaze the tub, but we're going to wait to see how it cleans up first. We did remove also here the shower enclosure, which was pretty ugly. Just for resale purposes, it's fine to leave the shower enclosure out. Makes the bathroom seem a little bit bigger. People can put up a shower curtain if they need to, but at this point we're not going to be replacing that item. Just keep it open and clean and remove the ugliness of the old one. Actually, you can see that this home has a very appealing floor plan because it does, from the living room and also from the dining room, which is on the other side of this fireplace, does overlook the backyard and the pool, which is quite nice. So this is a great entertainer's home, and I think that once it gets all cleaned up, I think you'll see that we've got a great product. Here's a quick shot of the backyard. There's a nice built-in barbecue and obviously lots of beer banners. But the pool is actually quite nice, and as I pan through the backyard, you can see that it does open up to the to this rear bedroom, which is the master bedroom. And this is again a door we're going to be replacing. That louvered door right there is going to be replaced with a new 10-pane door, which will be appealing, and you'll see that in the completed project. This has been John Dumke with a look at our home remodel project at 829 Lees. We hope you stop back for our After Condition Part 2, so click on that if you see the video. And next time we'll try to get you in a little bit earlier so we can see the true before condition rather than 1 week into the remodel project.